Good afternoon, everybody. I finished grading your exam number three. Went through and, of course, made comments underneath of the questions, like I have in past exams. And so I wanted to record this short video to talk a little bit about the final exam and the project, and so you know what to expect over this last week. So first of all, I'll share my screen here. All right, so you probably got the message from me earlier today that I had originally had the wrong date posted for the final exam, and so if you were planning on that date, um, I'm going to go ahead and let you take it either on the 18th or on the 19th, whichever you prefer is fine. Your inference project phase three is due on the 19th, and you'll find that, of course, in the chapter five, even though it's not really over chapter five, but it's the last thing in the chapter five um, block. And you can turn it in before this. That's totally fine. Understand that what's going on here is you've got this document that describes what you need to do. And so you're going to type out your answers to these questions for inference project phase three. And then you'll click on this and attach it just like you attach handout problems. So you just put your document here by attaching it. Now, what you'll see in the gradebook is this, quote assignment that I'm using to have you upload your project is just a place for you to put it. So in your gradebook, you'll see 1 point after you've uploaded it successfully. Understand that that is not your grade for the project. So what'll happen is after they're all uploaded, I go in and I grade them, and then there'll be a separate part of the WAMAP gradebook where I'll put your actual score for the project. And remember that that's worth 5% of your grade. So I will send you a WAMAP message once the project is graded and actually entered into your gradebook. As far as the final exam goes, it is going to be the same type of material, of course, that you took exams over for the first three exams. So it is comprehensive. It can cover anything from the chapters that we've looked at. As far as chapter five goes, there will be one question on the final in regards to chapter five, the stuff that you're working on this week. Um, and of course, the handout problems for chapter five and the WAMAP homework will help you get prepared for that. Lab five is also over the chapter five material. It is extra credit, but I would highly encourage you to do it because not only will it give you extra homework points, but it will also just help you feel that much more comfortable about the chapter five material. But aside from that one chapter five question, all the rest will come from earlier in the quarter. So if you have a really good handle on your previous exams and the content that was on those, then you should feel real strong going into the final exam. That being said, remember that, for example, on the exam number three that you just took, not every single type of hypothesis test or confidence interval appeared on that exam. So just, think of it more as in general, make sure you're comfortable doing any hypothesis test or any confidence interval. To help you get ready, some things I suggest if you go back to the chapter one, chapter two exam blocks, same with chapters three and four. There's a whole bunch of resources here for you. There's the review session that we did. There were the extra questions packet, and then of course your previous exams are showing as practice. So you can click on them, and at this point, you've probably forgotten exactly what the answers were, and so you can go ahead and click on that and do it as a practice exam. I can see that I don't have the extra points opportunity available as practice, so I'll fix that so you can also use that as a practice opportunity as well. Same thing with the chapter two, chapter three, and four exams. And then after you've done that and you've kind of seen, okay, did I get it right? Then that might identify areas for you where you might need to dig into the homework a little more. So of course, going back and doing old homework problems is really helpful as well. So over the next week, you might have questions in getting ready for the final exam, over chapter 5, and about your project. So feel free to come to my student hours. So my student hours are going to be on Monday and Tuesday next week, the same time they always are, 11:30 to 3. Just going to keep it simple. So please do drop by on those days as well as the rest of this week to get any questions answered that you need. All right. Reach out if you have any questions about any of the logistics or details here. But hopefully that gives you a good idea of what the next week looks like. And I guess kind of goes without saying, but the 19th is the last day. So you cannot use late passes to turn in the phase 3 of the inference project. It needs to be turned in that day for sure, because I have to submit grades and have them done by Friday. So make sure everything is turned in by the 19th. All right. And the last thing that I would just say is, at the beginning of the quarter, I I showed you a video, excuse me, it wasn't me, but about someone talking about the growth mindset. And then I hope I showed that is something I'm serious about, in those first couple of exams, gave you an opportunity to kind of earn some points back by correcting mistakes you made through an extra points opportunity. So while there's no extra points opportunity for exam 3, do understand that if you struggled with this one, that on the final exam, questions of that nature obviously will come up to at least some degree. So know that's a opportunity for you to show me that you've learned that material. So I'm going to pay close attention to that. And that goes for anything throughout the quarter. If you can do a real great job on the final exam, even something where you have a low score earlier in the quarter, I'm just definitely going to take that into account, that you have shown that, yes, I do know it now. So it's absolutely worth going back to those things that you felt less comfortable about in the past and really putting in the time to study those, get your questions answered from me, get your questions answered from the Math Center. Definitely worth your time to do. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks.